Welcome to day 2 of the LoneStar Jeep invasion. Come along with us as we talk to some pretty cool vendors. They got some amazing builds and we see some pretty cool Jeeps. This is Jeepingmo. I took a double take on this 6-door Gladiator. It was a pretty cool build. A lot of work stretching it out. Kind of had that semi look and feel. What do you think? All right, so we have Brian Williams from CMM Off Road. He's going to talk to us a little bit about some of these cool products he's got.
How y'all doing? It's good to talk to you today. We're here having a good time in Texas, and we've got our Gladiator, our Outlander products here. We've got a billet machined bed rack, and then our billet roof rack. And the biggest reason I went with that, we obviously are a CNC shop and not a fab shop, and so what I was looking for on this side of it was to make these as light as we possibly could make them and still get the strength out of what we had.
It's nice machining.
Thank you. And this is what we've ended up with. So that bed rack as it sits right now, all inclusive with everything it's in right now, is 86 pounds. So it's pretty light for what it is.
That's pretty
and
high.
It is incredibly rigid. Everything you want for your overland side of stuff, everything else.
How far does that extend out?
This is basically, it's a 54-inch slide.
Okay.
So I've got it, as we've done this one, I've got it just far enough where we can get into our Pelican cases.
Right.
And all that stuff. So I've got like some heavier tools and more of the mechanical stuff in that side, and then all of our camping gear and whatnot.
Looks like that'll hold some weight too.
650 pounds is what they're rated at. When that's on and you need to take your toolbox somewhere, then
it mounts right to it.
It mounts right to it and it locks itself in.
That's sweet.
When it's closed up and the tailgate's up and it's locked, you can't get the toolbox
Can't get to the
out
pins.
of it. Yeah. Yep. So it locks it all in. You need a place to get up and then step up and be able to get to everything you need up on top of this thing.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
It worked great.
Okay.
We've got them that are, these riser pieces are modular. We've got some that come up to basically this height, so you can put bike racks or kayak racks or whatever else on. And I do have some that come up to full height.
Okay.
And if you want to do some switching around, this center spar section comes out, put the shorter one on, the spar goes back in, and then you've got go from a high rack to a low rack. So that's the piece we have. I just finished our roof rack, and it is not Cerakoted yet. We got it done just before we came here. This is the one that uses the gutter rail. There will be another one that uses an internal skeleton as well too. It's still in development. We've been playing with it, but it's doing what we need to do.
It's pretty high
this
looking.
one is super lightweight as well too. So, and we build it with a pivot.
Yeah, I noticed that the way it flips up, so you can get those panels off there.
Yes, we get the panels off, and then if you're wanting to do wiring for like your S-Pod or whatever, you can get the windshield folded forward without having to disassemble the whole thing. You can just pop the thing up.
I assume it would fit a JL too.
It will fit a JL. It's not as of yet. The front section will do exactly the same.
Right.
With the rear, it'll be longer, and that one is in the process right now too. So,
okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So how does everybody get a hold of you?
Best thing to do, check out our website at cmmoffroad.com and hit us up, get on our mailing list on the email side, and we put out updates and everything else, all the social media channels as well.
All right, appreciate it, Brian. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one.
You too. Tactical Off-Road had a couple sick builds there. Check out this Gladiator with a Hellcat engine. Who wouldn't love to get in that for a few minutes? They had a pretty good raffle going. They had these 40-inch tires and rims set up. Vendors donated a lot of stuff for the raffle. We didn't win anything. Then we checked out Big Sexy Footpegs. They custom build all these flag holders for your Jeeps or whatever. And foot pegs like that. And mirror mounts for when you're doorless. Everything's customized, and it does a lot of work on site.
Custom delete plate. It's a a girl wanted it. She's gonna come by here tomorrow and pick it up.
Nice.
I gotta try to. She wanted the eyes to float in the center.
Okay.
So it's gotta be a two-piece like this. See?
Okay.
You gotta put the corn nuts in there, but I gotta hold it and tug it at the same time.
Do you custom build all these for people?
Yes, sir. Custom build foot pegs, mirrors, and flagpole holders. All over the United States. I have stuff in Canada. I have stuff in Hawaii, Italy. Some guys come down from Italy and bought my stuff and took it back. But all over the United States.
All American made. That's great.
Yes, sir. Everything's custom. Everything I do is right out of my shop at my house in East Texas. Not house, but a little shop. But yeah.
You were saying earlier you were kind of the founder of the Footpegs?
Yes, sir. When I first started about 8 years ago, there wasn't nobody at all doing custom Footpegs at all.
Okay.
None. And everybody that I talked to said I'm OG of Footpegs, I guess you would say. But yeah, I was at the beach one day and I said, hey, I looked around. I had some myself. I looked around and I was like, hey man. And I looked at my wife and she said, oh no. And I started a business 3 weeks later. I started a business with 30,000. My first year I made 110.
An OG was born.
There it is. Yes, sir.
Very nice.
It's gotta try to fit this in there and without messing it up.
Well, don't let me get in your way.
Tack it. We're good.
Okay, so we're here with Jared Smith with Guns and Hammers. He's going to give us a little information about his organization.
So Guns and Hammers is a 501c3. We help veterans live life more independently by doing what we do, which is build handicapped bathrooms, wheelchair ramps, things like that in their homes. Many of them aren't getting the help they need from the VA, so we decided we were going to get proactive and start the foundation, and it's been we've been doing really well.
You're fighting a good fight.
Yeah, it's great. We just finished a project here locally for a vet that was involved in a motorcycle accident, hit and run. He was a decorated veteran from Marine Corps veteran from Iraq, and he was run over by hit and run. And
wow.
So he's in a wheelchair now, and he needed some things. His mother is his caretaker, and we were able to go in and do some improvements.
Well, that's good. He did his half, so good.
Absolutely.
Good you can take care of him.
Absolutely, and we raise money by we have breweries around the country that brew beer.
Okay.
For us, and they donate $1 a pint. We've got a moonshine out of Tennessee called Tennessee Legend. It's called the Hammershine Moonshine.
Okay.
It's a 120 proof white lightning.
That'll take care of some issues.
We're selling 35 states right now online with veterans that are very active. Kevin's a vet, Sean's a vet, and it's our way of giving back to these guys that
sure.
that have given so much. And as I said, they're not getting help. Many of them aren't getting the help they need from the VA,
right?
Or it's just very slow. And we cut through all the bureaucracy, and if they're chosen by our board, and we have to be obviously very selective because we only have so much money to work with
right
every year. But we tend to find those that are most urgent, and if
quality of life.
We do it. So it's it's a very rewarding thing that we do. All of us are 100% volunteers. Nobody takes salaries at Guns and Hammers. The only people that get paid are the tradesmen that actually do the projects, and the suppliers and stuff. So
right.
But our admin and stuff, we're all volunteers.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good fight. So how does anybody get a hold of the organization if they want to?
Yeah, gunsandhammers.org.
Okay.
We also have the gunsandhammers.com domain. they can reach out, you know, email, call us at our phone number, you know, 281-477-3400. Best way is to email us and
Okay.
go to our site, and, you know, or Facebook. We're also on Facebook. We've got a very active Facebook account. You know, have several thousand people follow us and stuff. So it's yeah, we make ourselves very easy to reach.
That's good. All right, Jerry, I do appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
They had some pretty cool builds in the show and shine. A lot of newer Jeeps. There were some older ones as well. Even a pretty cool old truck. We love them all. This was a fun 2-a-day event. I was shocked how windy it was, and the audio came out pretty good. But if you enjoyed it, please remember to like, subscribe, and more importantly, share the video. Check out some of the other videos on the channel. We always appreciate all of our subscribers and our viewers. So until next time, whether it's in the garage, on a trail, or shows like this, I'll see you there. This is Jeepingmo.